I'm making this video because the Lord had brought it to my attention that Kiana Palmer had not only been stealing from myself and my son through sorcery, but he also revealed to me how she was taken from my daughter. And I started going back and looking at photos, and he was starting to show me evidence of how my daughter's was been changing drastically, and this woman has been using sorcery to attack her skin complexion, her hair. Now, I make these videos to bring awareness to it and bring forth exposure, just in case other people might be experiencing the same thing. And I was watching the Till movie recently, the new Till movie, and the mother wanted to have an open casket so the photos of Emmett Till, how he looked, would release, because she said people need to see it in order to believe it and to bring forth change. Now, as you can see, as my daughter was younger, she always had nice, beautiful hair. She had a nice complexion. She was a lighter skin complexion girl. She had great hair, and it was brownish red, in the summertime, like mine and my son's. And she had good hair. She had a lot of hair, and it was a nice texture. That's what she was born with, that type of hair. And we started noticing that, her hair would start coming out. And I didn't understand what was going on. I just noticed over the years her hair kept getting shorter, and I would have to do it, and then I would pray and her hair would grow back, but then it would keep coming out. And sometimes her texture would change. Now here she is, as you can see, her hair is brownish red, like my son's is like a sandyish brown red. That was her color, natural hair like mine and her brother's. Here in this photo, this is the shortest her hair had ever gotten. And it came out drastically. As you see, it grew back, but it's like the texture kind of started changing over the years. The texture of her hair was changing, and it was like her hair was turning more coarse, and I didn't understand what was going on. It would come out. As you can see, again, it's really short. It's really coarse and texturized. And her hair, we would do her hair, and, it would start growing back, and then it would come back out again. And here she is with her brownish red hair. Her hair would just change drastically. I would notice over the years, it would go from being the same hair color to being darker or more coarse or being short. There she is again. You can see how texturized it's gotten, how coarse it's gotten, and it's coming out again. And it's like we were struggling back and forth. And so the Lord was showing me how the woman was doing soul binding, meaning she was taking my daughter's hair throughout the years. She was attaching herself to her. And see, I made the mistake of posting all of my children's photos on Facebook. And this is how I said a lot of people have gained access to us in the spiritual realm. This woman will swear that she doesn't know us, but you don't have to follow someone spiritually. As you can see, here's my daughter now. That was about a year ago when her hair's gotten shorter. Now, this is Kiana when she was younger with her siblings. That's her in the middle at the top there. And I looked at her hair, like over the years, her hair was coarse. I see in her earlier photos she posted, her hair was very coarse, and it was very dark and texturized. And so here's more pictures of her with, darkened hair color. And it was texturized. And she would also often post on her Instagram and Facebook pages about how, she was proud, black, and nappy. Her exact words, meaning she was a dark-skinned woman. She had nappy hair, what she referred to as nappy hair. And you can see in these photos, a lot of African people have more coarse texturized hair. And I started looking at the pictures, and I would notice that her hair texture started changing, the color of her hair. I don't believe it was dye, but it looks lighter. As you can see here, it looks like a sandyish brown color. The same as how my daughter's hair was and mine was. Look at the texture here. This is her hair. She wears natural hair. She says she's natural. And you can see how the texture has changed. It looks really soft, and the kind of texture that my daughter had. Look at these photos. And so the Lord was showing me this, and was showing me how this woman had been putting her burdens on to my daughter as well. So she not only did it to me and my son, she did it to my daughter. So she's wearing a shirt here talking about trust your magic and how she can manifest. She talks a lot about manifestations. And look at my daughter. Her skin complexion is completely changed. She has darker circles. Not a lot of fat is on her now. She had been thin her entire life. And the Lord let me know this woman was putting fat on her as well, changing her, taking her skin complexion and everything. And I just think it's disgusting that an adult woman will stoop so low to steal from a child. My daughter was 17, 16. She was a child in these photos, okay? And this woman will lie about it. And I'm exposing it because I don't like lies. I don't like liars. And I don't like when you're constantly attacking our family and then lying about it and getting away with it and trying to cover it up. So this needs to be exposed. To this day, Kiana will post on her Facebook page and tell everyone I'm a stalker because I'm on her page and I see her post and monitor and look at her photos. But The thing is, you're just trying to deflect from what you've done. You can call me crazy all you want. She's just really mad because I'm able to get evidence and get photos and get proof of what she's done. What she can't explain, though, is how her looks have changed drastically, how her son's looks have changed, and how she ended up looking like me, and how our features have changed. And she can never talk about that, though. All she can say is that I'm crazy and I'm a stalker.